All right, hey yo, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to you brothers out on the highways and byways, pushing this truth with fear and sincerity, and shalom to the hopeful lecture. Brother Chalakar come back at you with another video. And breaking news, man, breaking news. Doomsday Clock says apocalypse is closer than ever, right? I think last year they had the clock set at 89 seconds and they just moved it 4 more seconds. Like they know when the destruction is coming. Well, the wicked elite knows, right? The destruction is coming, but these people, these lesser luminaries, they don't really, they hoping this thing go right back down. They just want to play with the clock back and forth. Down, up, don't matter, go back a few seconds. But we know the destruction is nigh, right? Before we even get there, let's go to a scripture. Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 4. It says, the Lord hath made all things for himself, yet even the wicked for the day of evil. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord, though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished, right? And that's the wicked, right? Because the wicked right now is thriving, it's prospering in the earth, it's taking over lands. He's, soaking up wealth to himself. Trump, Nero 47 just made $1 billion just past year. Right, and they got it going on. They blowing up other countries. As America probably got their hands tied in blowing up Iran's one of their nuclear sites, something around that. But the Lord is gonna get this devil back because we know we're at the end of his time, right? We're at the end of his time. Verse 6 says, by mercy and truth, iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord, Yahweh, men depart from evil. Right, so this devil, right, he has a short time. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. Let me get this second Esdras, I think, 6 and 22. Second Esdras 6 and 18, it says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly with the unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. Right, in the inquisition, scoping this man out. Who the lawless man, the son of perdition, Esau Edom, right? His days are ticking, 89 seconds to midnight, right? These devils know, something drastic is going to happen. It says Doomsday Clock says apocalypse is closer than ever. On January 27th, the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists announced this is symbolic its symbolic doomsday clock has been moved to 85 seconds to midnight, marking the closest the metaphorical indicator of global catastrophic has ever been to midnight. It says, according to the U.S. Today, the annual update reflects scientists' assessments of worsening existential risks from nuclear weapons, climate change, and emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, right? The 6G, the man merging with machines, more pestilence, more evil, more bad times. It says the Doomsday Clock, first introduced in 1947 by the Bulletin, is designed as a visual metaphor for how close humanity stands to destroying itself through its own technology and politics, right? And, when people first look at the doomsday clock, they think the earth is going to, explode on itself or something like that. When we know the earth will always be here, right? Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 4, one generation passeth away and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever, right? This earth is still going to be here. It's just we at the end of Esau's wicked ass rulership, right? We at the end of his age. 2 Esdras 6 and 20, it says, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The book shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. Right? And we all seeing this together. Verse 27, 2 Esdras 6 and 27, it says, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been hidden, what have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And the truth has been declared, right? This devil has been found out to who he truly are, who he truly is, and how he's destroying the earth. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 1, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as for travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that that day shall not overtake you as a thief. Right? So we're not in darkness. Right? We understand that the day of the Lord is fastly approaching. We understand that the wicked, right, has a day of destruction coming, right? You have to believe, if you read in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, look up the Edom, right? It will tell you it's a future destruction coming to, right? This evil one is being revealed. Let me go to 2 Thessalonians. I think is it 1? So like you bear with me. Yeah. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right? And that's Esau, Edom. Right? That day came already, that falling away. Right? Well, we got pushed out of the Holy Land, right? 68 AD to 73 AD, right? Going into the, pretty much being scattered throughout the four corners of the globe, mainly in the west coast of Africa and whatnot, but before being picked up over here to come here on cargo slave ships. Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity do already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So this devil, right? He's on borrowed time. He's on borrowed time. This is Job 14 and verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right? He has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. The Lord set this devil up so he can take him down. He's making his heart, right, harden. Where did I want it? Jeremiah 49:7 says concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Verse 10 says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors. He is not, right? This devil. We know who you are. Obadiah 1 and 3. I'm going to start at 2. Well, let's just start at the top. Obadiah 1 and 1, it says, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, power. Concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Rise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, America, right, 225 became the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh, right? In this 250-year anniversary of this empire, when we know on average that empire only lives only 250 years. So we at this man's doomsday clock, right? We at the end of his thing. Verse 6, it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things brought up, right? Because this devil, right? This devil got a price to pay. Second Esdras 15 and 1, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper, for thou art faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity, the unbelief of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die of faithfulness. Behold, thus saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, this age, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hopeful works are fulfilled. That's why they scared, man. They scared. It says midnight represents an imagined global catastrophic, a point of no return. At 85 seconds to midnight, the clock is now closer to the symbolic end than at any previous point in history. In setting this year's time, the bulletin's science and security board cited a series of pressing threats. Nuclear tensions remain high, with ongoing conflicts involving nuclear armed states and weakening arms control agreements contributing to instability. The looming expiration of the New START treaty between the United States and Russia was singled out as a particularly alarming development, raising fears that long-standing nuclear limits could unravel. Right? To try to get Putin to sign the peace, this little peace coalition, but we just read in, what's the name? They shall say peace and safety, but sudden destruction. Climate change also figured prominently in the deliberations. Scientists highlighted insufficient global action to curb greenhouse gas emissions and the increasing severity of extreme weather events as indicators that the world is not making the needed progress to address this slow-moving but disastrous threat. Beyond nuclear and environmental dangers, the bulletin improvised the role of the advanced technologies in shaping risks, rapid developments in artificial intelligence, especially when unregulated, were noted for their potential to spread disinformation, amplify social instability, and even contribute to biological threats through misuse of AI-assisted research. Right, and I just saw that Grunk just said they're pro-Israel. All this Eurocentric bullshit. Says the clock movement reflects not just specific threats, but the bulletin's board concerned that global leadership has flattened. According to the organization statements, geopolitical competition, the nationalist policies have undermined international corporations on shared risks, accelerating the pace towards midnight. When critics sometimes question the precision of the doomsday clock as a predictive tool, creators frame it as a call to action, a way to focus attention on preventable dangers and motivate leaders and citizens alike to respond before it's too late. See, they hoping that it just go back down. They hoping that they put fear in people and then, oh shit, let's stop this and change our minds and whatnot. But that's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen. The Lord will is to destroy this place, man, and it will be destroyed. Shalom.